In this video you will learn what is Angular signal output and how to use it inside Angular. So inside Angular 17 we already know about a new feature which is input, which actually means previously we wrote our decorators inputs, but we are not doing it anymore. Instead we are writing input required and we are getting a signal input. This is much easier because these are just local properties which are directly signals. We can do computed and they are changed automatically with better TypeScript support. This is all good, but we didn't have a change for the outputs, and it kind of makes sense that we have all our code in the same style. So this is what we are getting now. As you can see, this is a pull request to finalize output and output from observable inside Angular. And it is already merged. As you can see, it is RC, it is not released yet, but here you can see that it exposes a new output API. So the idea is extremely simple. We want to write the code in exactly the same way like we are writing our inputs. So instead of this code with output and new event emitter, we can write just a function change page, and here it equals output, and inside we must provide a data type, in our case it's number. So just compare this code and this code. It is extremely similar. We are defining change page output and we are providing the data type number here. Here is documentation. Output function allows you to declare outputs in directives and components. This is the only change that you need to do. No other changes are needed. As you can see here on the top, on click, I have here change page emit, which actually means it is working exactly like previously with .emit, so no changes on that side. And as you can see in browser, I am clicking on different links in my pagination and we are getting this console log changed current page to 6. This is exactly this output, which was triggered, and it goes inside our app component through this change page function, and here inside our app component we are seeing this console log and we are changing our current page. But it is not all, we also get two extremely useful functions from RxJS. I'm sorry for interruption, but I just want to let you know that I have a membership here on the channel that you can join to support me. It will give you access to the new videos earlier, emojis and priority replies to your comments. Now let's jump back into the video. Just imagine that you have some stream of data inside your component and you want to output the change of your stream outside. How could you do that? As you can see here, I defined items, which is a behavior subject, and typically we are using .subscribe in order to console log something. As you can see after page reload, this is the console log of our items. Just imagine now that every single time when our stream changes, so this items array changes, we want to emit this value outside, which essentially means we need to create an output and then write here, for example, this items changed .emit, and we're providing here items. This is how we would write code previously, but now we can do better in more declarative way. We can create here directly an output items change, and we're using here output from observable, and inside we're throwing this .item stream, which actually means it creates an output from an observable. This is our observable items. Every single time when our items are changed, we are outputting this items change. And as you can see in both cases in this change page, this is our output emitter reference with the number inside, and this is also generated output reference, and this is output reference with string array. Which essentially means we already defined an output. Now we can jump inside our HTML and subscribe here to our items change and provide an event. Now here inside our component, let's create items change function. Here we're getting our items, which is an array of strings, and I just want to console log in parent items change, and here will be our items. Let's check if it's working. Here on the bottom I have an input, and I can type something here, and I'm hitting enter, and as you can see here is the console log parent items change, and we're getting this array. Now here we can create one more element, and our stream was changed, and we're getting this parent items change. This is really a nice approach because we're writing our code in declarative way. We're just subscribing with the stream and we're creating output. We don't need to write code like this with .subscribe and emit something inside. And exactly in the same way, you can convert your output to a stream. For example, here on the top, we created change page output. Now let's create change page as a stream. And here we can create output to observable, and we're throwing inside of this change page. As you can see here, we're getting just a normal observable of number. We can either use it to create new streams or render inside your markup, or we can subscribe to it inside our ngOne init to get access to this stream. So here we should write this, and here let's console log, change page was triggered, and here is our page. Now every single time when I'm clicking on the page, we're not only propagating this output to the parent, we're also subscribed to the trigger itself, and we can react on it. Which actually means we're getting a really nice alternative how to work with outputs inside Angular. And if you don't know for sure how to use an input signal inside Angular, make sure to watch this video also.